Welcome back, Kingsman. I hope you guys are all doing well. I would like to present for you a core battle. Now, this one is a very fierce Russian versus French core battle, like I just said. Repeating myself, way to go, Kingston. Starting out strong. But this one saw the results, and guys, it is pretty epic. I'm looking forward to watching this one with you guys, seeing what the tactics are used. This one was posted by the Nate Devourer on the NTW3 Lords Discord. If you're not in that Discord and you love playing NTW3, it is a place to go to find battles. And there's some people that can give you some good advice if you don't know how to play the game. So, without further ado, let's just jump into these factions. So we have, I don't know Russian, so I'm not even going to try to pronounce these, but you guys can read. I'm bringing a lot of just some muskets. A lot of muskets. And then some better infantry, actually. I like these infantry. They can actually form square. You got the guard, which I believe is a general. And then some decent infantry as well. Some more musketeers. And they have a good center, strong center. They have, of course, some dragoons. And I believe some light skirmishers. As you were seeing already with this, there's two factions blended in here. You have this core, the Constantin, and I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna try pronouncing it. You know what? Maybe one of these days I'll learn a little of each of these languages so I can be proficient. But bring in the masses of infantry right here. A lot of lower class infantry, I believe, but a lot of it, which is the beautiful thing about Russia. They bring masses. Over here, I believe this is a more elite guard build. Maybe not. I'm just assuming because I don't see a lot of infantry. I see, okay, one guard unit. I was wrong. Over here, we have other faction, which is bringing some decent cav, some light cav. Now, the beautiful thing is Russia can put up a fight with heavy cav against France. This faction actually, I believe, is bringing more of this Cossacks, I hope. I mean, they got some Cossacks over here, I believe. These Lancers. Over here, not seeing a whole lot from France yet, but as you can see, we have Ney Murat, so that's going to be Cavalry Corps. A lot of heavy Cuirassier Cav. I'm not Pierre and Lons. So it's going to be very interesting. Now, the Russians did not bring a Cav Corps. All of them have infantry. I believe some of them have more Cav than others. But all of them are bringing infantry, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Because they're going up against three factions of French that have line infantry, and then, like I said, Murat is Cav. He's all heavy Cav. So that can easily turn the tide if Russia doesn't have any units that can form square. Now, the LOCs here are kind of in favor of no one, actually. I didn't see this 4-pointer up here. There's a 4-pointer way up here by France, and they're going to take that. Now, there's a 4-pointer, a 2-pointer, then a bunch of 1-pointers. Now, of course, Russia is advancing towards this 1-pointer. If they take that, then France is going to have to be very aggressive because that is 7 points, and they will have 5 points. So they have to take this and tie, or go for this other 1-pointer way over here. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. I'm still just counting each other out. I'm going to hit fast forward until something happens because it does take a little bit. Obviously, with a massive battlefield, things do take a little bit to pop off. So France still just going to be advancing using this road probably to quickly take this 4-pointer. They have to take this in order to level the playing field. It looks like we got over here. We got a nice mountain health. You can get up here, so that's going to be interesting to see. They have some light lancers. These guys can move very quickly, probably trying to see if they're going to get flanked. There's another choke point with the forest and the mountains over here, so that's a good choke point. They can hide some troops in the forest or hold the forest. Over here is a very open playing field so far for Russia and France. With some forests on the side, so the beautiful thing about the forest is you can sneak along here, and if you don't have people scouting, which is why they're sending some cav through here, or no, some skirmishers, my apologies, through here, They want to be able to see anything that's pushing up this road, which I would not be surprised if France is taking this road and pushing up. They have a solid position. Look at this big old tree here. And I think we're finally seeing some artillery. Artillery setting up. Interesting. And actually they are like, nope, I'm not doing that. And now we're starting to see some dragoons. And I think this horse artillery, this was like double thinking when they saw this Russians rushing towards them. They were like, ha, the Russians were rushing towards them. Sorry, couldn't help it. They were going to peace out until they had some cav backing up. But these are not Murat, actually. So that's just from the Grand Army. No, maybe it is, because it doesn't say. Because these are all the Grand Army. My bad. Maybe these aren't corps. I don't know. You guys can correct me in the comments. So France and Russia squaring off in this center. Has some skirmishers up on the hill. These guys may be able to pepper them down, but you better have some people to intercept any cav that's going to press. We've got some fast-moving hussars coming up on the flank. Maybe they're going to hit this left flank of Russia, as they don't have a ton of cav. And actually, it looks like Russia's going to commit. Nope, they're not. They're going to just basically scare them off. As these forces are starting to face off against each other. France does have this lock, but look at this. We got some sneaky skirmishers moving through the forest. It is going to be very slow for them, but maybe they'll get in the house, start shooting. But these skirmishers are pushing up. They're being very aggressive. I love that. All the cav forming up. It's not just cav on the flanks. However, I do like this position from France, setting up, as you can see, right here. Going to be getting off some good shots on cav, and cav is the ideal target, of course. I hear some cav charging in from France. Uh-oh. These skirmishers got caught out. It is going to hurt them a little bit, but they are going to be driven from the field, and that was a really good waste. Not a waste, I should say, but a really good use. Driving skirmishers, they are expensive. And now Russia is going to get caught out with their heavy dragoons against some... Man, this is a massive push from France, but of course they better watch out, as Russia is going to push in and probably encircle them here. So they have to play very cautiously. I would throw in these dragoons right away, as now France has realized they're going to be surrounded by some masses here, and they're probably going to lose, but everyone's committing here. Some more cav going in for a cav charge. Ooh, I love these cav charges. Massive cav engagement over here. More Russians pushing in, and France may lose some of their cavalry, but they're going to send over some heavy cuirassiers. Russia going in with more. They have a general here, Dmitry, who is going to inspire the troops to hold fast, and if they win on this flank, they can send them through. Look at this, though. Here comes more French cav. These hussars have seen these skirmishers, and they're going to be pushed on the flank, but France is starting to turn the tide. They are pushing on this right flank, or left flank, sorry. And they're holding in the center. These heavy guard cav falling back a little bit maybe. But here comes even more cav. Oh, this is a massive engagement. Let's get a massive pan of the battle so we can see now. We got some Russian cav pushing on the flank. Getting chased by some Chasseurs, Saval. And it looks like actually Russia's going to be falling back here. Their skirmishers are firing at this cav as they're marching through. That's an excellent target, but they're going to get shot, but at least they can see that France is now pushing on this flank. That is a really good notification there to be able to see that. And now more cav engagement over here, more pocket. Some heavier cav here getting caught by France. They do have some units forming square. Hopefully they'll pop some volleys off. But Russia's not looking like they're in a good position in this cav engagement. They are getting surrounded now by France. And Russia has actually fallen back. So, oh no, my apologies. This is not Russia. This is France. Which, Russia's actually going to probably break some dragoons here. This is a general for Russia. So they're going to hold their own, but they're going up against some heavier cav, another general. And they're going to be getting charged in the flank, so they're probably going to lose at this point, though. It would be useless to fall them back. But the problem is they have no cav that really can back up unless they push in right now. Over here, they still don't have a whole lot. Most of the infantry is still massing up in the center, as you can see here. And unfortunately, Russia just doesn't have the troops up in time. I think they are going to go in and try to save their cav general. who is been stuck in prolonged melee, getting volleyed in the back. I think they actually, maybe, did they take out some artillery? I don't think they did, but here goes some charge in the back. And more Cav engaging some more French Cav as France is trying to stop them from hitting this cavalry in the back, and they were able to successfully stop that. And now Russia does not have a lot of Cav left. They probably just want to pull back, play their Cav defensively. Now, let's not forget, there is some Russian Cav pushing around the flank. And there's a general, nay, another general, infantry general that can form square, and of course some Cav. So it looks like so far this has been a successful French attack. They have pushed the Russians, back. And actually, it looks like they're following hard on these Guard Cav. Maybe not. Maybe they're going to fall back now, as these Russians are forming up to volley them. And that's going to cause some hurt on these Royal Crabas. And it looks like Russia has decided they are going to form up on the road, which is not a bad idea. You can reinforce quickly by marching up on the road. They have massive reserves here. I like how they're putting forward their cheap infantry first. Probably to just soak up the damage. And then they have their better quality infantry who is going to be in the back. You have some guard, some grenadiers. I like it. You have light infantry over there as well. Russia has set up some artillery, some 12-pounders, my goodness. But don't forget that France as well, I think, has some artillery. I think they did lose some guns over here, but I can hear guns being mobilized on this hill again. So that will be the question of the day. Will they push? Now we have some Cav over here still pushing on the flank. They are sneaking around. They maybe try to go for some artillery or some infantry. Well, not infantry as much as a general or artillery. Over here, it looks like Russia does not want to give up this little hill here, as France is pushing up, sending... Are these lights? No, they're not. They have some infantry forming up here. Whenever, see, I'm used to vanilla still, where if they don't have flag, that means they're lights. Maybe that's the case in NTW3. You guys can correct me. I would, by no stretch of the imagination, am I a super knowledgeable person in NTW3 yet. I mean, I've been playing the mod for about, what, 2 months? A month? Nah, yeah, 2 months at least. But, getting off of topic, here we got some, we got some solid position of artillery. France not to be pushed off. They are going for the 12-pounders from Russia. These are some massive guns, actually. If you look at this, this is actually a really large gun. I mean, look at that thing. Staring directly down. I think they're going to do an artillery duel, although artillery duels can be very... very boring, because the likelihood of hitting an artillery piece with another artillery piece when they are already limbered, limbered, like this, I think that's the terminology, it's like 1% chance of actually hitting them. Now, if they're unlimbered and are walking, you can definitely go for them, because you're most likely going to hit, whether it's the horses that are moving them, or it's the, this thing, the carriage, the ammunition carriage, but hitting them in this is just ridiculously hard. Alright, looks like actually Russia is amassing up on this left flank. Perhaps they know, they must know. I mean, if you guys remember, there was a bunch of French marching over here, and look at this, guys. I think they're going for this one-pointer because they need it. And they have this one-pointer, so they have the lock right now. They have the locking key. Russia only has a 4-pointer and a 2-pointer. So they are going to have to be the ones to attack. They technically have this 4-pointer, but I mean, this Cav isn't doing any of that. They're scouting around behind France. And technically France does have this. I think they are trying to send some units over here. Some musketry units, obviously. What else would they be? Kingston, my goodness. This has been a rough morning for me. Some skirmishers as well, but France is running to intercept them with, I believe, some light infantry. No, it's not light infantry. I just think everything's light infantry these days. They are going to intercept them from taking that 4-point lock. And they are also pushing over on this left flank because they know they're going to be pressured by France over here. Sending also some cav over here to scout things out, as there is France forming up on the flank. They may just have 1 or 2 units here to just distract Russia. We still haven't seen a lot from Russia, obviously. Or from France, sorry. I just get my factions mixed up today. What is up with this? My goodness. Watch out for some Chasseurs Cheval moving up here. The Clermont Prince. These guys may be going for some artillery. I want to see a cav unit named the Artillery Killers, you know? I feel like that'd be an American faction name, but they are advancing here. What are they going to do, you know? What are they going to do? Are they going to try sneaking through here and hitting these? There's some cav waiting for them. That's the problem. They were probably just scouting, making sure they could see the lines of infantry. And I hope this becomes an epic line battle, because actually, you don't see a lot of massive line battles now. It's like scattered, which I love. But, you know, it's also cool to see... Oh. We got some cav moving rather quickly here. I think they're afraid that there's some Russian cav behind them, maybe. They wouldn't be wrong. So here we go, guys. We have a large line of Russia pushing up here. And it looks like they are going to be the aggressive ones. And I love an aggressive play. And true to fashion, Napoleon would sit there and wait and let his allies make the mistakes of attacking. And that's, I mean, he also did do some attacking. But in true form, he, I think, knows that tactically he has the advantage and Russia has to fight him. So France is going to sit on their hill, shell this infantry into oblivion, as you can see here. Just blast them. And sure, actually this is a really good position. I do love this position. I know I keep coming back to it. But the hill is just perfect vantage point. You got French over here that you can fire at. This is a 12-pounder, so they can hit these guys. They can hit these guys. And it looks like this line battle may start off over here, as France is getting kind of close here. And as you can see, Russia does have the hill. So I'm kind of curious what they're going to do here. What is France's game, you know? That's the beautiful thing, is that you don't know what they're going to do because you can't see anything. You know, you can't see what France is doing. And it is like a movie. Because there's suspense. Oh, we got some more artillery here. You got some 4-pounders, I believe, setting up. Look how small these gun barrels are compared to like the 12-pounders for Russia. Now they are also going to be punching holes in this Russian line. And this poor Russian line, this is maybe some cheaper infantry. Not all of it though, of course. But France is going to build a fort to just sit back and let Russia have to attack. Russia has to attack. They don't have the advantage of artillery right now. And I think that is what they're going to do. They're going to use this hill, hopefully, and push up. That's what I would do, use this hill. Swing around, march over the bodies of all the cav and horse corpses, and attack. You have to. Maybe not. Maybe they know something I don't. You know, that's very possible. We got some more. Oh my goodness, this is a massive unit. Is this howitzers? These aren't howitzers, are they? No, they're not howitzers. But that is a large unit of artillery, my goodness. That must be expensive. That's an expensive unit. I'm just calling now. I mean, they move so slow. But look at this. They are getting so close. And now France is kind of like, oh my gosh, we got to fall back. And I like how Russia just left a gap. They're like, you know what? We can let artillery just do its thing. It also looks like France is feeling a little bit scared here. They have a large Russian force on the flank, and this battle is just very slow here. It is taking a while to start up. If it just kind of sits for a while, what I'll probably do is just edit to when the fighting starts again. I've done it before. I can do it again. So we'll see. In the meantime, I hear some cav over here. Some cav charging from all the way over here. Interesting. As we have Russia with their cavalry, some C3s, some dragoons, going against some hussars. I'm kind of curious who's going to win this. Oh, we have got. They better stop this. This Chasseur Cheval is becoming extremely risky. They better. Please tell me they see this. Please tell me they see this. No. Yes. Okay. Good. I was like, that'd be such a big loss, but it looks like they're going to intercept them. Thankfully. All right. Whew. I'll tell you what, though, guys, that was scary. That was scary. France, they had to do that play. If they had taken out this cannon, that would have been a huge victory for them. Instead, unfortunately, they lost them, and they're having to basically separate the forces so that the artillery from Russia can't shoot them. But I think they realize this is a big exploit for from France as well. Does nothing happen for like the longest time? Oh, here we go, guys. We have some heavy cav that is going through the forest. Gonna try charging down this Russian cavalry. They cannot go very fast. And this is gonna be a terribly slow battle here, as these guys are going to get winded very quickly, and Russia's going to use that to their advantage because they can run away. And France can't chase them. That may be a bad idea. They're winded. What Russia could do is just wait for these guys to get exhausted, then surround them. That's a massive victory if you can take out these. There's 83 heavy cuirassier cav from France. And France should know that this is a losing battle. You can't take them out. So, I believe these guys sit for the longest time. And it's an artillery duel, so like I said, I will edit ahead to when this actually starts. Okay, alright, I missed it, I'm sorry. Some cav went in because they thought they were going to deal with these cav, but infantry, formed square, we got some grenadiers, that they came out of the woodwork, as it were, and also some artillery, which did not get killed. This is a huge game changer now. France has artillery on the flank, and they're going to be able to shoot at Russia. And so Russia is feeling the need to maybe push an attack because France is going to be able to turn this whole flank, and Russia actually is really weak here. Also, finally, France is starting this line battle. They have a flank from Russia that's free. However, the artillery over here needs to focus. I think this, well, that's fair. All 7 guns focusing on this line over here. That's probably a wise decision, and just move some infantry over here to catch France out as they try to push this flank from Russia. I just want to see this line battle go off, you know? I mean, look at this. It is a large line on each side. So, however, they have pushed Russia off this hill. Like, Russia does not have this hill anymore. France can take this hill, push up. I love it. They're using a slow but decisive tactics, and this is the beautiful thing about NTW3. Your tactics. It's not just about running at the enemy, forming up a line, and shooting. You have to use tactics. But okay, if I push masses of infantry this direction, do they have the reserves massed up here? If I push up on the flank, if I push up in the center, is there a weak point I can punch through? Do I have cav ready to punch through? It's so strategic, and that's why I love it. And if you don't like strategy that's that focused, then this may not be for you, and that's okay. You can still watch it. You know? I appreciate people that do well, and I'm not going to say I'm very good at strategy. But here we go, guys. This line battle is finally off to a roaring start, as Russia is now defending and France is going to be attacking. We do have some cav over here in the back lines. France trying to do what Russia did, which actually is almost working. Almost working, I say, because France is getting overwhelmed by Russian cav, which is the thing. Oh, but look at this, guys. More Dragoons. However, Dragoons from Russia see it. I don't know if they're going to make it in time. It's a C5 versus a C... Oh, it's a C6. I would just click them this direction as fast as possible because they are going to take out these artillery. Maybe not. Oh, it's too close to tell. It is too close to tell. Oh no. Okay, so France did make it here. Pushing up. Wait. What are they doing? I am so confused. Oh, that is so unfortunate. There may have been a pathfinding error, or I don't know. Things happen for no reason. They obviously were going for this artillery. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. Now, his line battle. Russia is kind of being defensive over here, and that's not a bad idea. They have an artillery advantage. They are shelling this French infantry into oblivion and just keep falling back. They have cav support. They can hold long enough, but here comes some, columns of France just pouring over this hill. This is going to be a target these artillery probably want to go for. Over here, it is still anyone's game who could win. Russia has the numbers, and they should push on this flank. They should really push. They have some cav. They have backup infantry. Just push, swing around this flank. This line battle is theirs. They have it in their pocket. Oh my goodness. Some friendly fire against these grenadiers. And Russia is pulling back. So one side is winning, the other side isn't. I would say this is not looking good for Russia. And this is looking good for Russia. But maybe not. We will see. It looks like actually Russia is really hurt here. Losing a lot of troops. Yeah, they're losing a lot of troops against this heavy columned line infantry from France. But this artillery is starting to do damage. They're going to get some grenadiers of the line. And looks like he's actually going to fall him back here. The thing is, if Russia pushed on this flank, they would have no choice but to try to reform. It's masses versus skill at this point. The problem is, it's too much sitting from Russia, maybe. Over here, they are finally making a stand. This artillery is just going through this gap and just shelling this line infantry. That's why they're probably stretching the lines to more spaghetti shape, or spaghetti lines as they're called, as I call them. That way, there's not such massive hits from this artillery. Over here, Russia is getting caught out. If France wants to, they could push up some line infantry right here, shoot on the flank, and cause Russia to break. Over here, Russia is in trouble as France just gets super close. They have the manpower to keep just pouring in the volleys. They know where they need to hit, and they're focusing only on this side. This side is not focusing. Russia needs to reform their lines as this is looking really bad, like extremely bad for Russia. I would almost utilize this road and go in for a bayonet charge, as it looks like, see, look at this. Russia is starting to break in the center. This is where they got to push. This is what I love to see, is just the lines breaking and, oof. Oh my goodness. France needs to disengage over here and just push right here. Just punch through. Do they have cav? If they had cav, I would throw some heavies through here. Look at this. 5 units of Russia breaking over here. And Russia is going to get cut in half. Looks like Russia actually went for a bayonet charge with some grenadiers. That is the perfect unit for that artillery over here on the hill. Starting to really punch some holes in. Looks like some grenadiers of the line going in, trying to reinforce this line bayonet charge. Is it going to be enough, though? France trying to reform, but here is the thing. France is rushing their units forward. And they have punched through here, separating Russia from himself. Has some cav as well, going to go up and probably go for some artillery? Probably. Over here, they did manage to break Russia, and this is looking really bad. Really, really bad for Russia here. They have no cav in the center. They are massing over here, but I think they're pushing a little bit too late. Over here, still kind of holding. This light infantry needs to push. They need to push on this flank of France. It's a do or die at this point. And Russia over here is broken. This cav, these chasseurs cheval, or hussars, my bad. Hussars can go for a general or for some more artillery, because this artillery is what's going to even the odds. And yep, they're going to go for it, as Russia is just panicked. And here goes some cav over here, going for some units that cannot form square. And I think Russia's going to be outplayed here. The numbers not really being used in their favor, unfortunately. Over here is still anyone's game. Oh no. Some friendly fire from Russia. They are finally pushing up on this flank, making sure they don't get outflanked, but this line has just been holding a little bit too long. They need to double stack some units here. That's what you need with Russia, but there are breakage everywhere, and Russia is in trouble at this point. They don't have the numbers to hold against... They can't hold against France. France has more units than them, and Russia has to have the lines. They have to have the numbers. This whole line over here just broke, crumbled, and game over, unfortunately. Well played on France. Now, Russia can still maybe, I will never say nothing is impossible. However, it may be improbable. Okay, that's what I'll say. They have some cav running over here. They could push on this flank of France. Don't know if they're going to, but they could. Russia over here still holding strong. They're trying to reform. They have artillery, which is still punching on this French line. This French line is taking on an extra unit of Russian line, but it's pretty equal. They are starting to break over here because of this 7 cannons from Russia. So they could push to this flank. If they break these guys, maybe they can reform and face against France. But France is not being very aggressive. Maybe they're multitasking and they're going somewhere else. They should be pushing right here. Unless they're waiting for their French ally to come across. We have some line infantry to bayonet charge. That is probably not going to go very well, but these guys are very cheap. Ooh. Point blank. If anything, it's gonna save this Russian line, give them a chance to reform their ranks. We got some cav over here. That's why France formed a square. Also, some more cav over here. I don't know what they're gonna do, but they gotta do something. They need an intervention, and they need one right quick. Over here, they're actually winning. This artillery, I'm kind of curious how many kills this 20-pounder, I believe, has gotten. But look, they are breaking France's line. France reforming immediately. They have a general over here, Lens. Lens better watch out. He's going to get an artillery shell in the face. My goodness, this is just killing so many infantry. Over here, wisely... Oh my goodness. So France decided they were going to go for some artillery and a general. Now, I don't know if that's going to work well, but they are doing it. They are attacking. They're sending in some more reinforcements. And they may actually break that, hit the cav and cannon that are back here. I don't think that's going to save their line battle, but they haven't crumbled. And I honestly would have expected them to crumble. France is actually starting to be really hurt on this flank. So, still anyone's game here. If Russia can win this flank, they need this light infantry to push up, push on the flank, even set themselves right here, shoot on the side. That's a massive debuff. But actually, Russia may have gotten a break here as France is falling back. Yeah, France is falling back, maybe going to attack this army with all of their forces. Perhaps. I think they realize that. They're going to take this road, hopefully, and form up. This battle is not over yet, although the time limit has only 21 minutes left. Russia pushing on this flank where they have done an excellent job of crumbling French units. Now, there is some artillery here that is 8-pounders that they got hit with some cav, which is why they weren't able to move up. That's probably why Russia or France is trying to move them closer, see if they can't maneuver the Russian infantry closer so that these 8-pounders can fire, do some damage of their own. We have a... Ooh. Alright, so 2 generals. Wow. Lanz's cav general got killed, I believe. No, that was Lanz himself. He didn't get an artillery shot in the face. He got a saber in the face for some cav. Alright, so I think Russia has realized what France is trying to do. And they aren't going to play France's games. They are probably going to try to reform up. France is being a little cautious here. I think they're wanting to have all their allies move up together and push on... I think this is only 2 armies here. Maybe it's 3. But Russia pushing up. They still have this 7-pounder who is going to have some really good shots on some of these units. If you fire... Yeah. Look at this. Just look at this. It is just wrecking them. Every time this artillery fires, it drops the morale so much. And it's constant firing. It's 7 guns. I mean... Yeah, it's breaking them so fast. France needs to get away from these guns. Oh. Gonna go for these 8-pounders with some super weak guard cav. These brave souls, there's only, what, 8 of them. Ooh, almost got some friendly fire there. So Russia still has cav in the back lines. If Russia can take this, I mean, that is just some skilled plays right there. But they are winning on this flank and going for some artillery so that they can push up on this flank without being shot by artillery. That is a loss for France as they are going to rejoin. And, man, who's going to win this? I really don't know, guys. Who is going to win this? France still has a solid side here. I think they should... I don't know if they should have continued to push this side because this army now is going to come back fresh, active, and push on their flank. If France can make a decisive push, crush the center once again from Russia, then they can turn the flank for Russia on each side. They are pushing up extremely fast. They're going in columns, so they don't break very fast. And that's what you want if you don't want to break. Now this is going to cause these guys to break very fast. They may be able to shoot better, but their morale is going to drop significantly faster than a massive column. So that is something to consider. Now Russia is pushing on this flank. France has to hold on this flank or else this whole center is just going to become surrounded like, you know that one battle Hannibal playing against the Romans? You know, where they just encircle them and keep them behind them. Oh, I hear some infantry now going in for a bayonet charge. Interesting. Maybe not. They are breaking. They are breaking Russia in the center once again. Sending in some cav to ensure that they don't come back. There's still some artillery over here. Some 12-pounders, but it looks like this General Murat is going to go in for them. He's like, not in my house. Not in my town, not in my field. You are not going to, not by the hair of my chin. So, ooh, he may try to go for the 7-pounders that have done so much damage here. So what Russia can now do, and they are doing, is going for the center here. This would be a juicy target, but look at this. Look at this. Russia is getting pushed in the center by some heavy columns once again. These guys not giving Russia a chance to reform. These guys are going to get outshot, outgunned, and Russia needs to push. Come on. Russia can do this. I believe in them. They can still win by lock if they pushed forward, took this 4-pointer, and has some units to take this 4-pointer. They can still win a line battle, too. So, this is going to be close, guys. This is going to be very close, I think. Russia is just losing in the center. They can't go against these heavy columns, unfortunately. They are being outgunned. That's not something you want to see. They're trying to push on the flank. Now, this artillery is going to do some heavy damage here. I want to see this. These columns are the juiciest target you will ever see artillery go for. Let's see the work of the Maestro artillery. Now, Russia is just distracting France. Oh yeah, look at this. Look at this. They are just going to do so much work. Russia over here still pushing. I need to, someone needs to do something decisive, though. Because France can't rejoin. If they could rejoin, then it would probably be even playing field. This 7 guns artillery, these 20-pounders, guys. I think it's 20-pounders. I'm probably wrong. But they have done so much damage. And they are doing still so much damage. Actually, going for some generals. Oh my goodness. Is it 2 generals at once? They went for the square formation where a general is sitting. And got a general. And that's going to cause this whole side to break. If they break this side easily, then all they got is this one side of France, which they can easily crush. The problem is France is splitting themselves. This French faction needs to go over here and reinforce this French faction. Although France is making a strong push on the flank of Russia, and Russia is going to get... These guys are going to take one volley and run. They're going to break so fast. Yeah, they're gone.
Our men are running, sir.
So finally, it looks like France has decided they have to push. And the thing is, Russia has done a bunch to distract this army, which is well played by this Russian faction. They have caused, what, how many units is this? It's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 units of French infantry. Really good units too, by the way. Actually, a lot more than 10. To go back and forth. They have marched back and forth on this field. Gone back to here, then back to here. Now they have finally decided that they have to attack this side. They're going to go right into the Devil's Playground, though, with this artillery piece here. If you can't tell, I'm a huge fan of this artillery piece. I mean, they are doing so much work to this French line. It is just crazy. Alright, what is Murat doing? Are they going in for some line infantry? I think they are trying to sneak through these... Look at this. They are sneaking through the Russian columns. The gall. He has the freaking... Talk about a... Oh my goodness. What a play. He just waltzes through him like it's nothing. And now he's going to go in the backs and charge them. Like, what is this general? He's crazy. Over here, France is going to go for these guns. That is a very risky play and a very probably deadly play. If these guys get canister shot, it's over. 7 blasts of canister at close range. Look at this. They have routed a unit already. Already routed one. Bayonet charges going in, taking this road. They have some cav who's going to probably try to stop this. Oh my goodness, this is getting too close to call as France is pushing and Russia is trying to reform. This is going to be the final battle to Depends on who's going to win here, guys. Look at how much they are punching. They're going to rout another unit. Just like that. They will rout 2 units. Oh my goodness. Russia can't do it. I mean, France can't do it. They're so close. Look at this. They're so close. They are going to rout so many units. Oh my goodness. It's going to cause them to break in. Russia is going to take this, I think. I really think Russia's going to take this because of their artillery. Their artillery is just going to do so much work and damage to France. France just can't combat this. Look at this. They're going to break another unit right here. Got some cav coming in. They're forming square. They're breaking yet another unit. Oh my goodness. They should go for this guy. Go for this 79E line. And France is going to be broken by an artillery piece. The heroes of this battle. This artillery piece, guys, they won the battle for them. Oh my goodness. They have routed so many French units, it is over for France. I mean, obviously there's credit where credit is due, and some of these other units did a lot of work. But I truly believe that this artillery unit is what saved the day. I've never seen units rout so fast to artillery before. So now it's just cleanup at this point, so I'm going to fast forward here. As this cav from Russia is going to just destroy them. Ooh, are they going to get a volley off, huh? Oh my goodness, talk about instant slaughter of cavalry. And they broke some Russian cav. Had to get that, you know. But it is over. I think France is going to try to maybe reform a little bit. We're just going to fast forward here because Russia took it. And Russia almost didn't have it for a little bit there, I thought. At least I thought. Maybe they did. But from a amateur's eye, from all appearances, Russia was losing. Their flank, their right flank, the center of the right flank just caved in a standing line battle so fast.
This building has...
All right, so victory for the Russians. Well played, I believe. I really hope that this artillery piece is here. I don't see it. Oh, here it is, fellas. Here it is. They lost 6 men. They got 847 kills. That is insane. They got 4 experience. This is a general artillery, makes sense. And probably very worth it, obviously. They routed, they killed more units than, dare I say, everybody else combined. I mean, he got, yeah, he almost, the artillery piece got almost half the kills. So really coming in clutch there. I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. If you would like to see more, just stay tuned. More coming. Let me know if there's any other Total War games that you would like to see. You can always send me replays. I have an email that is in the description. I have a Discord in the description. You can send me replays through there for any Total War game. And I'd love to post them. I don't just do NTW3. Of course, it's my favorite, but not impartial. So you guys stay safe. I'll catch you all in another video.